Hello, people. This is my third attempt at a video today. My first two videos I recorded without sound. So, many of you can read lips. I mean, I've heard of many people in the vinyl community, of which I'm a member, talk about this is my third or fourth attempt at a video. I wonder if they probably weren't long like the videos that this film skull makes. I am listening now to this. Paul Flaherty, Argumentative, which appears to be solo saxophone. I just discovered this guy in the past few months, and this is only my second record from him so far. I forget what the other one is. It's a duet. Anyway, so from the two videos I made, one that was talking about records and collecting and the problems of collecting. Really, I was just rambling on, which is all I ever do. I can't organize my thoughts in any kind of meaningful way. I apologize for subjecting you to this. The second video was about the idea of leaving myself some kind of breadcrumb, a path to follow out of depression that I will inevitably be in the future. So I was in a pretty good mood, and I was thinking I'll leave myself some breadcrumbs, a path that I can follow, some ideas, some tips for reminding myself that depression isn't all there is. When you're depressed, or if you've known somebody who gets very depressed and they can't listen to, the advice you're giving them because they're in the depression. Depression basically is a overriding thought process that nullifies every possible point of view. Anyway, so it's notoriously hard to help people out of their depression because all data coming into their mind is garbage data. Or rather, they are regarding it all as garbage data. Because depression is a bastard. Anyway, so I wasn't that successful anyway, and then I don't think if I watched the video it would have saved me from my depression, but the idea of leaving yourself some kind of breadcrumbs or some tools at your disposal could be useful. I just got some encouragement there. Anyway, in my television ministry, where if you call and give me money and I will bless you. No, but wouldn't it be interesting to be a television evangelist? I was watching with my friend Britt some of the videos of Robert Tilton when he was, in his cocaine ecstasies, trying to get people to give him money. Insanity can be beautiful in that sense. It can also obviously be horribly horrific, destroy people and their lives of their loved ones. So, if we can get a handle on this depression thing, maybe we can live a better life. So, please in the comments below, list your various tips for how you get out of depression. The big thing that I told myself was just put on a fucking record. Like Nike says, just do it, And so, I also mentioned that, like when I wake up in the morning, I don't want to wake up in the morning. I want to sleep in as late as humanly possible because I like to sleep and I like to dream and I would like to continue sleeping and dreaming. There's a song, Putting Out Fire, Cat People, Dave Bowie, where he says, I could see for 1,000 years or something like that. I always wish I could change and saying instead, I could sleep for 1,000 years. Because that would be a beautiful thing. There's a not very good vampire movie that Saloni likes called Queen of the Damned. And in that, the guy who plays Dracula basically goes to sleep because he's bored. He goes into his tomb and he's just bored with existence. Something that we don't have the luxury of being able to do that. But it's so trite and also fun. The thing that wakes him up in his crypt is he hears the rhythm of rock and roll. And he says, oh, this sounds like this could be interesting. I'll check it out. And he then becomes a rock and roll star. A vampire rock and roll star. It's sort of funny. That's a good idea. There were some real good aspects of that movie. I think I even liked his music. Let's see. So breadcrumbs, depression, tips to get out of it. Gosh, when you waste something or something is destroyed, you can't get that shit back. That sucks. I know a guy whose warehouse burned down and he lost like $1 million worth of inventory. He didn't have insurance. Well, how do you walk away from that? You know, sometimes losing things, it frees you because you no longer have anything left to lose, which makes you a very free person. But, oh, the devastation. Let's see, I have a bunch of records in front of me. I could sort of do a record video. It wasn't that interesting, maybe. My commentary, though. Just imagine that you watched a video that just, I mean, obviously I have ego issues. Okay, I listened to this. New Romantic by Yukihiro Takahashi of Yellow Magic Orchestra. I need to listen to it again because I was making a video while I listened to it, and that's not the best circumstance for listening to something. But it reminded me a little bit of late Roxy music or 80s Bowie. Let's see, what do I talk about? This is a record on LSD. The record is not on drugs. It is a record about. Think different. Let's see here. Here's a record I'm selling on Discogs. I talked about in my first video about how I buy records to resell so that I can buy other records. Much like a drug addict says, I can get more cocaine if I sell cocaine. So buy lots of cocaine, sell it, use it, and then you can buy some more. So not with drugs, with records. So parents, if you see your kid getting into the vinyls, watch out. Anyways, the record it's sealed, it's in great condition. Here's a record that my wife did the cover art for, Aminamo by Dino Sabatini, a DJ artist operating out of Berlin, although he is Italian. Here is a 12-inch that she did the cover art for, Concentrica, by Dino Sabatini from his album Aminamo. Anyway, she did the cover art for this as well. We have 2 copies of each of them now. So I need to figure out which one is less perfect, and that will be the play copy. I talked about how I like lenticular stickers and artwork and stuff. Lenticular is a type of printing. Earliest examples I know of it are from the 30s. I love it. I mean, a lot of times it's done in sort of cheesy ways, or for bad movie posters, but it can be awesome. Cheesecake Theremin. Here's a record my friend Britt turned me on to the other day. Twilight by Mark Barreca. It's sort of ambient synthesizer electronic. It's sort of light, but interesting. Because it's not just typical melodies. It's adventurous. I talked about how I got some decent copies of these Bob Dylan albums. I think most of them are mono too. A lot of times those records are in bad shape. Where they're the later Columbia. When Columbia went from the 6i to the 2i, that was a bad mistake. And then when they went from the 2i to their circle design, it's just not as good. When you have a great design, why would you fuck it up? I love this cover photo. I only recently noticed that he has a cat there. There's so much that we experience that there's so many details we miss in life, you know? Oh. There's a soundtrack by Thomas Dolby. Did She Blind Me with Science in the 80s, New Wave. He's one of those people I meant to try to keep more abreast of what he does, what he's done. It's interesting. Not all of it, but who is? This is like an 80s repress of this album. This is cute and fun and interesting. This is just hideous. But the record's in great shape. And usually when you find this, it's hammered for some reason. I don't know why. I guess people, I don't know. This is an album by Lonnie Johnson. I'm repeating myself, so I'm wasting your time by telling you how I'm repeating myself, but it's so frustrating. It's frustrating to fail. Please, in the comments below, tell me all your most interesting failures. So anyway, sometimes I'll buy an album that there will be things wrong with the cover. Like this had some parts where the parts of the cover were scraped away and it was just white. And my wife has a degree in painting, and she's very nice to me. And so she painted over and sort of fixed it. And the strange thing is, even though it's sort of a rare album, I actually have another copy of it. I think they're both pretty hammered, though. So I'm going to see what is the best copy and then pass the other copy on. This is an album, I think I discovered this through the vinyl community, probably from a guy named Chris Cole, who is one of the most knowledgeable people about interesting and different musics. One of my favorite kinds of music these days is synthesizer music that is, I don't know. I guess I like different kinds of synthesizer music. I like dance music. That's not the predominant kind of music I listen to. Although it's something I should probably listen to more because it's so upbeat and it gets me moving. And like I said, I suffer from depression, so it can be very useful to get moving because it changes the chemicals that your body is pumping out to you. And really, when you're depressed, what you need more than anything is something to change your mind. So here we are about to engage in side 2 here. I'm sorry if I'm wasting your life in any way. There are many other videos on YouTube. There are many other things we could do at any given moment, but we're doing the things that we're doing, and sometimes it's a mistake. So how can you live the best life, be the best you that you can be? We're all working on it, aren't we? This is the Velvet Underground second album. No, it's not. Oh, yes, it is. It's a European or a British cover repress. I'm a record collector. I have the other record, but now I have this one too. I don't know that I need to keep this, but it was fun to have it for a little while. This is Sid and Nancy. I have mixed feelings about the movie, but the soundtrack is great. There's a group that did some of the music on here called Pray for Rain. And I just love their music on here. It's fantastic. It's sort of light, interesting synthesizer music. But when I tried to find, I never could find anything else by them, and then I think I found something by them, and it wasn't as good. But nobody knows anything about this group, even if I say, please, let me know what you know about this group, Pray for Rain. What are the odds? Elvis Golden Records. I got this record when I was 10 years old for my birthday, I think. And I would sing these songs in the shower. They're good stuff. I said if you only need 2 Elvis records, get the Sun Sessions and that record. The Sun Sessions are great. You don't even have to like rock and roll and Elvis to like the Sun Sessions. So if you've not heard the Sun Session, check it out. Here is the song Love Kills by Joe Strummer from the movie Sid and Nancy. This is a great song. And again, everybody knows The Clash, but if you don't know this song, Love Kills by Joe Strummer, it's really fun. The song that I discovered fairly recently that I really like, although it's not a great song, it's a really fun song. And fun is important to have in your repertoire, to have in your bag of tricks. Anyway, so check out that song, Love Kills by Joe Cocker. Anyway, I wish that I could remember all the stuff I said. If any of it was useful at all, it's much more time than this has taken, so I've obviously horribly let myself down, and you, my listening public. Anyway, I'll try to think of something more useful to make a video of sort. I'm not wasting your time. I'm expecting some records in the mail this week. That should be nice, of course. Records are such an obsession. I'm reading this book right now, Diary of a Drug Fiend by Aleister Crowley. It is fun, a bit over the top. Reading his bio on Wikipedia, he had a really interesting life. He lived like 3 or 4 of most people's lifetimes. Anyway, comment. This is the vinyl community. Community means communion. Community. Anyway, I'm sorry this is an inferior communication. You can point me toward more meaningful, useful communications. You can give me pro-like advice in the comments that will direct me to a better life path. Perhaps getting my head unstuck from my own ass. I'm still reeling from the failure of making 2 nude videos and thus wasting 45 minutes of my life. On Monday. It's Monday, slither down the greasy pipe. So far, so good, no one saw you. You know that song?